Before we get into today's video, I want to introduce you to my grandchild. This is Roxie Rose, and she's beautiful. So in between snowstorms and trips to the hobby farm, we got back to finishing the fence. And we had to let the posts set up. And I put the rails on, and this is a week from when I first started the fence project, so I let the posts sit for about a week. But got the rails up. And then we have this last section of fence you see to the right there that I need to take apart and then hook from rail or from post to post to finish up that section. Problem I have is I have the chickens and I have a big mean dog on the other side of the fence. At least it acts mean. So I've got to keep them separated, and this fence is kind of an exigent circumstance because I want to make sure everybody's safe and sound and happy, and I want to get it done because I have other stuff to do. It's spring almost. I guess it is. I guess officially it's spring. Hasn't felt like it much with all the snowstorms we've had. But as you see, there's a wire fence I put down to protect the chickens from the dog. So I had to, that's why I did the fence in sections. So that then when I did the final section, I moved the fence over there just to make sure that the dog and the chickens didn't meet, since we had the tragedy on the first encounter. So the rails look pretty good. And I just used the old slats. We weren't going to spend a ton of money. This whole project's probably spent $600 total. And we're going to split it with the neighbors, so $300 each. And I did most of the work. The neighbor did help me one day, but the rest of the days were up to me. So that's the final section that I took apart and put the rails up. And I need to stagger the fence down a little bit because this side's a little lower. It's not perfectly straight because I didn't do the whole fence. I just did the middle section. So there's sides on both the north and the south that we did not replace. But here, I made sure that the dirt was packed up. I put some boards and some old wood up underneath the fence because we're on a steep hill. And I wanted to make sure that there was no gaps so that the dog could get through or the chickens could get under. And this is how I finished it off. So it all looks good from this side of the fence. And everything's level out, looking good. The chickens are happy. And from my side of the fence, or from our rental house, you see the redwood rails there. Well, they didn't have cedar that was over 8 feet, and I had a couple sections where I had to maneuver because of existing concrete from old posts. So I had to spend a little bit of money, and redwood was expensive. So as you see, you can see that fence bending in there. That's the part I did not replace that post. At this time, it's still solid enough, and there's lots of tree roots, so we didn't want to mess with it. So it's not perfect, but it did the job. Everything should be back in order. We should have safety on both sides of the fence. And the wind is going to blow again the next few days, so we'll see. But I did let the post set up a lot longer than they needed to. So I think it was a pretty good project. I wasn't super happy about it. I've got other stuff to do, but when they want to overcharge you to fix a fence, you got to sometimes do it yourself. And again, it's not perfect, but it wasn't meant to be perfect. It just meant to be a sturdy fence that'll last for years and years to come. And again, when the slats wear out, we can always just replace the slats because the framework will be good for many, many years. So, well, I'm happy with the new baby, and I'm happy with the new fence, and I'm ready to do some gardening. So hopefully in the near future, we'll be able to get outside. And I also need to still be inside the hobby farm, and I need to start on the trim work around all the doors and the walls. So we'll be busy. Well, thanks for watching this video. And if you like what you see, and want to follow me in my journey and living my best rural life in the city, and now at the hobby farm in the country, as well as the school garden, please hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, as I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.